First up, we have father of the groom, Julian.
Speak very clearly.
Very close, yeah.
Very close. I'm not sure I'm comfortable holding things this close, but there you go. What a wonderful occasion. And those of you that know me will know that I'm a man of few words, and you'll be happy to know I've got 1 page of paper in my hand. Unfortunately, that isn't probably the case of what's to come.
No, there's more.
In fact, a lot of you have said, why has Rick got so many groomsmen? Well, aside from him having so many wonderful friends, if you've seen the size of his speech, all of them have got to carry that while he goes through it. So thank you. All I want to say is 10 years, nearly 10 years, since Rick left the UK to chase his dream of working in the big city, and they don't come much bigger than New York. In fact, when Rick was knee-high, he always had a poster on his bedroom wall, which was of the Manhattan skyline. He also had the rest of the room covered in Newcastle United posters, which I take full responsibility for and I'm very proud of. So, he moved to New York, and at this point I'd just like to make a special thanks to Tim and Carmen, because the way he looked out for Rick when he moved, particularly during the dark days of COVID, which we all remember, and helping him adapt to live in such a big city. And it's a far cry from growing up in Pitton, which is a sleepy English village in Wiltshire, and then latterly in this charming seaside resort of Swanage. But thanks to you, you helped him make that step. Now, every time I took him back to the airport when he came back for his visit, it broke his mum's and my heart. We had to send him back to New York, often to an empty apartment. Although he certainly embraced everything New York had to offer, the thought of him being alone was really, really tough. Excuse me. However, there's a young lady here that changed all that. And Megan, his life became complete when he met you. And he became so much more fulfilled. And we've never seen him so happy. So thank you. Now, I'm not going to say too much about the first date, because I know it's on page 15 of Rick's talk. But we had the joy of having Rick home 2 days after that first date. We didn't know he was there because he was always on the phone to Megan. So you obviously made an impression. But what I would like to say is, Megan, thank you for making those goodbyes so much less painful. And we cannot tell you how happy we are to welcome you to the family. Ladies and gentlemen, let's raise the first toast of the evening to Rick and Megan. Mr. and Mrs. Maughan. Pleasure.
Maids of honour.
Well, that's a hard one to follow.
Sorry, here. Sorry, over here.
Good. We have the great honor of being Megan's 3 maids of honor and standing by this beautiful couple. If you haven't seen us on Megan's Instagram or TikTok, I'm Gina, this is Angie, and that's Logan. And she is at Meg's Broussard. So give her a follow. Megan is the storyteller of our group. So, in that fashion, we are very pleased to tell 3 chapters today about how we know Megan and where her story is going. Angie, you're up first.
Okay, thank you, everybody. We're so happy to be here and celebrate you guys. Take you back to where it all started. So if you don't know our backstory, we'll familiarize. It's short, don't worry. We all met in our 20s, brought together by work, trauma bonding at a very bad job. But we also wound up bonding outside of work and by everything of it. We worked hard, we played hard, and somehow made it to brunch most of the times the next day. But from the start, Megan just brought joy and laughter and hustle to everything. Together, we built our lives in the city, and it was messy and hilarious, and we'll spare you most of the details. But through it all, Megan was the steady force who always made us laugh and feel at home. So we were friends who became family, chosen and trusted. And with all that, there was still one thing missing. Enter Rick. So to tell you about that part of the story, we'll give you Gina.
Chapter 2. Megan and Rick's story started like all good love stories in this day and age, online. But it really was their first date at Pete's Tavern in NYC where their story began. I remember that night vividly, not because Megan called me for her emergency out, but because she didn't. Hours went by, no call. And as you so shared, after that, I went out with Megan to the Hamptons and Rick went to the UK. And as it went, she was upstairs on the phone with Rick most of the time. And from that moment, we knew this was something different. Over the past years, watching this chapter unfold has been so exciting for Megan, but also for all of us as her dear friends. Megan, you are more radiant and at ease than we've ever seen you. And we know that Rick brings the best out of you, and same for him, though he's pretty great already. Of course, I'd be remiss to mention that this family also gained a father for Chewy. And for that, we are so very grateful for Chewbacca. Now, this chapter has brought so much love and success, but we're very excited for what the next will bring as well. So, chapter 3.
This leads us to the next chapter that has yet to be written. While today we're here to celebrate a beautiful couple and the love they share, we'd like to take a moment to speak to someone who isn't here yet, but who may one day be the most beautiful part of their story. To the one who may someday call you mom and dad. And no, Mother Mary, she's not pregnant, so we're living in a hypothetical in this. You are lucky to call these to your parents, because these people getting married today are building a life worth inheriting. Your mom, sorry, you should have done this earlier, there's too much booze. Okay. Your mom has a smile that can fix anything. A true Cajun firecracker. She'll teach you how to speak your mind, follow your gut, and laugh loudly and often. She'll tell you the most incredible bed stories and fill your home with laughter. And your dad, well, he's the calm to her storm. He's kind and patient and thoughtful. He leads not with volume, but with quiet integrity, with honor, and with loyalty. He'll teach you patience and how to make a proper cup of tea to accompany your baguettes. You'll learn how to tell a great story, how to laugh at yourself, and to love someone fully. And all of that because of the parents you are and the love that they share. Megan and Rick, may your love continue to grow, not just for each other, but the family you may one day build. May your future be rich with joy, trust, and that unmistakable feeling of home. Here's to a love worth passing on. Cheers.
My God. Cheers, y'all. Cheers, girl. I love you. Yes. Oh, is it your turn? I'm not going to survive this.
God. Oh, God.
Thank you, guys. There is a very tough act to follow there. It's with a high level of speeches. I'm impressed. It's not the longest speech, I promise. I will get through it quick. But the first thing I'd like to do on behalf of my new wife and I is to tell you all how much it means to us that you're here. What can you say when literally half the wedding has crossed continents to be here? From Louisiana, California, Georgia, North Carolina, to Texas, Florida, Colorado, Pennsylvania, and of course, New York. Great American whooping there. Very, very good. After that flight, you still had to get here. This isn't London. You've ventured to deep Dorset, proper England. You've crossed on ferries, on steam diesel trains. You've climbed castles, maybe even hitched on a tractor or two. Some of you have even survived national airstrike, traffic control, chaos. Shout out to CJ and Sam, that's incredible. But you've all made it here to Swanage, and truly we are utterly blown away, so thank you. Now, I'm biased, but I think that today's pretty special. For obvious reasons, but also because the last time there were this many Brits and Americans in this hotel, we're pretty sure, was in 1944. American troops, the 5th Ranger Battalion, were stationed right here. These were badass, tough as nails, big drinking Americans who made quite the impression on the town. So it's quite fitting that 81 years later, we've assembled a group of badass, tough as nails, big drinking Americans to follow in their footsteps. For the months they stayed here, every day the Rangers tied ropes to pipes in rooms on the 3rd floor. They'd climb down the hotel, run across the lawn, and then rappel down the 80-foot cliff, preparing for the D-Day landings. Lindsay, our hotel manager, would have been absolutely furious with them. And Lindsay, I promise, will be making less of a mess this weekend. But to our American guests, you are so welcome here. It means the world you made this journey, and we're hoping you're loving the charm of Dorset. All this also hopefully proves to a skeptical one or two of you that my accent is genuine and not something I put on in America just to woo Meg. Got distracted by the laugh and skipped the pace too early. Didn't practice with laughs. To our British guests, if you're here today, and some of you have travelled the length of the country, you're either family or our friendship has survived thousands of miles for nearly a decade. That says everything. Thank you for being here. Even though I now have been away so long, I now say things like trash and store and ATM. And to all guests, please, I beg you, no matter how much fun you have today, you are not the Rangers. No climbing out of the hotel, no late night cliff expeditions. We don't have the insurance. So, about 3 years ago, I met this beautiful, hilarious Cajun brunette, and I'd like to say a few words. I'm, of course, talking about Miss Mary. The one and only. My mother-in-law. I'm so grateful to be joining your family. Thank you for raising the woman of my dreams. We all know where Megan gets her razor-sharp wit from. The three of us hanging out has given me some of my favourite memories, genuinely. And your generosity, humour and support mean the absolute world. Today wouldn't have happened without you. I love you. No, I love you too. I promise you've not given Megan away, you've just gained a son, and I'll never stop trying to ensure I'm worthy of you both. To my parents, I think back many years ago to times on that beach behind us when I was unemployed and simply quite lost. Every day you took turns encouraging me and pushing me to stay positive. It wasn't a case of who's walking the dog today, but who's walking Rick today. We'd walk at the beach, look up at this very hotel, and wonder what was next. If you'd told me I'd be here today, married to this incredible woman, with all our loved ones flown in from all over the world, having lived in New York City for nearly a decade, I'd have thought you totally insane. But thank you for always believing in me. Dad, for your wisdom, for the airport pickups, the wedding help, and for ironing my suit, because at nearly 40, I still can't fold trousers properly. And Mum, doesn't she look amazing? She hated that. Thank you for everything you've sacrificed, for these excellent wedding favours, the constant support, and for your honest feedback. When I said my speech may just tip over 10 minutes, she just went, "Oh, God, darling, no." So my first toast, please. Please raise your glasses to the parents. Next up, Miss Lois, Megan's mama. What a woman. You flew all the way from Atlanta, Georgia to be here. When I first met Meg, she'd just written this incredible piece, a love letter to you as her yaya, and all the wonderfully impressive Cajun history in her family. And it was one of the first things I really loved about her. I'm so honoured to now be able to call a line of such strong, vivacious women my family. Thank you so much for being here. And to my Gran, thank you for everything you've contributed. I must just clear the air, though. It's been a bit frosty between me and Gran over the years. When I was 3 years old, Gran left me alone with her nativity, only to return and find the little baby Jesus statue completely missing. She searched everywhere and suspects I ate him. She reminds me of this crime every single Christmas. I don't think I've ever had an X-ray, but I may very well have the Son of God lodged deep inside me somewhere. And so I want to publicly apologise for that, Gran. To Rob, you've been like a brother to me, mostly because you are my brother. People are shocked, but I'm not actually the laid-back brother. This man is pure composure. He runs frantic kitchens without breaking sweat. The most chilled man, the best father, and an unbeatable brother. I love you, man. And to our nieces, Maeve and Reva, our stunning flower girls, and your amazing mum, Zoe. You were absolute stars today. Can we have a round of applause for Maeve and Reva? Hey! Oh. You're amazing. Amazing. And we have some presents coming your way later. We'll come and give you those. A big thanks also to Kirsten, Megan's cousin, for making the effort to be here all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina. I know it means the absolute world for Meg to have her mum, Mormor, and cousin here today. And I know it means the absolute world to you guys to visit the home of Peppa Pig. So I'm glad we could make that happen. Yeah, we're going. To Roz, thank you for all the support, the many, many wedding tasks, and the warm and loving hospitality over the years. Even when we're jet-lagged zombies, you still put up with us, and thank you so much. And echoing my dad, to Tim and Carmen, if you hadn't launched the business and brought me to America, none of this would have happened. You literally changed my life, and thank you so much. You've always been there for me. And to Lindsay and the team at the hotel, Christine, you've run this like a military op and it's been flawless. Thank you for making not just today, but the whole weekend special. And to our photographers, Emily and Sasha, and videographer Sean, thank you. You've brought such talent and energy. And if you loved our engagement shots, that's all Emily, so shout out. And shout out to Selena, who did the wonderful flowers too. Now to the maids of honour and matrons of honour. You all light up the place. Don't they look absolutely great? You've been so fantastic to Meg, class acts, true sisters, and you've really shown up for her over the years. Now, I can't imagine the group chats, nor do I want to. It must be like a war room in there. But thank you for advocating for me, or at least allowing me to hang in there, because there's no way you guys suffer fools. If I could ask you all for my second toast to please raise a glass to the bridal party. To the bridal party. To a less impressive bunch, but I love them dearly, my groomsmen. You've brushed up so well. I had a stag party and a bachelor party, and I'm thankfully still standing. I've known some of you years and some of you decades, and I genuinely couldn't ask for finer men as friends. And finally, James, my best man. We've been friends since I can remember, and it's an honour having you by my side, just as I was yours many years ago. Before deciding to meet me, Meg stalked me to almost scary levels, and she actually found the YouTube video of me giving a speech as your best man. She says it was one of the things that made her say yes to meeting me. So in a way, you helped me get that first date with Megan, and you've also been superb today. I couldn't wish for a better best man. And now I'd like to finish by talking a bit about my ex-girlfriend. Oh, sorry. So, more accurately, I should say my new wife. A New Orleans psychic once told Meg that for romantic success, she should look out for a sign in the form of a Pete, Peter, or Peterson. Meg then dated every Peter she could find, even a Pierre. She really went for it. Luckily, the dates were all total failures, and she forgot all about the prophecy. Until, years later, Meg and I met for the first time. Meg had such low expectations, she told her friend Gina she'd be over at her place in less than an hour and to have the wine ready. Thankfully, the date was a hit and we shut the bar down. Now, the shrewd among you will have noticed my name is not Pete, but the little neighbourhood bar that we met at for the very first time, Pete's Tavern. And the rest is history. To be safe, though, I have strictly ensured there are no Pete's in attendance today. Can't take any chances. On a serious note, Dad alluded to it. I spent a big part of my life living thousands of miles away from the people I love most. And whatever I was searching for, I hadn't really found it. I'd also managed to date, rather unsuccessfully, in not one, but 2 different continents, which is pretty humbling. Then Megan came along and everything changed. In a city of 8 million strangers, she honestly felt like home from day one. This is going to be tough. Meg has this warmth. She's one of life's cheerleaders with this disarming, affirming energy. The moment I felt it, I honestly knew I was done for. This is going to be tough. Megan Broussard Maughan. Together, we've seen the northern lights, plunged into steaming hot springs, explored ice caves, seen flowing lava, hiked glaciers, watched alligators on the Louisiana bayous, trekked Spanish mountain towns, scaled the Tower of London. We've partied in New Orleans. We've taken high teeth in Bath. We've eaten crawfish in Lafayette, toasted in Paris, seen ghosts in Savannah, walked the ramparts of the Alamo, picnicked in the rolling hills of England, and lived 100 adventures together in New York City. And I'm ready for a lifetime more with you. But it's actually the little things about you and our life together I love most. One of the poems in today's ceremony mentioned an everyday magnificence, and that's what I see in you in so many ways. You are the bravest person I know. Brave in who and how you love, and how fully you give yourself to those who deserve it. I love the way you'll burst into interpretive dance to the music on TV. I love our walks in the park and day dates in the coffee shop. I love the nights when I'm running to the wine shop and you're ordering food and lining up the movie. It feels like a cheat code. One long sleepover with my best friend again and again. I love that you encourage me and go to bat for me in an instant, and I love that you love hard. I love how hard you work, how much you hustle and chase your dreams. I love how great you are with kids, how your playful side only grows and grows. I love how you'll send me 8 Instagram reels a day and quiz me on them individually to check I've watched them. Because you love sharing things with me and making me laugh. I love what a dog mum you are to Chewy and how happy animals make you. I love how big your heart is. I love your sassy sleep talking, or how you know every serial killer and every true crime that's ever happened.
Both continents.
I love when you walk into a room and tell me how you've just shown real growth, and then rant to me about whoever just made you show that real growth. Luckily no one here, but heaven help you if Megan ever needs to show you real growth. I even love when you insist on popping my blackheads or putting your ice-cold feet on me. Or when you ask me where your AirPods are for the 3rd time that day. I love that when you send me links to Zillow links to houses we'll never afford, because you love visualizing our life together. And I've also loved that you've taken the risk that strangers will forever call you Megan Morgan. I love that we live and work from home together every day in our tiny apartment, and you're still the person I want to hang out with most at the end of the day. And finally, I love the picture of us running towards a castle. It's what life feels like with you. You keep life magic. You feel even the little moments of possibility, creativity, and constant laughter. And when we're old and grey and wrinkly, I know we'll still be making stories of all that's around us and building our own little fantasy world. I love chasing castles with you. I love you. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could ask you to be upstanding, please, for my last and most important toast. No, you're right. To my new wife, to Megan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, James! Yeah, thanks, Rick. Yeah. Like that. Yeah, that's a good speech. Oh, good. Can't do yours, can I? Again? It's fine. Hello, everybody. My name is James Emden. And, yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Thank you. And I have been chosen to be Rick's best man. This is an appointment I have been waiting for all my life. You see, we've been best friends since before Rick was born. I decided long ago that Rick was going to be my best friend. And I have been persistent to ensure that remains to this date. I suppose it's worth recognizing that Rick had no say in the matter. There are times where he doesn't seem quite as committed. There have been mild attempts to thwart our best friendship, which can be referenced through the years. The most notable being that he moved to New York in, it was 2016, in an attempt to distance himself from his best friend. However, like all best friends, I ensured that even relocating across the globe to destroy our best friendship was ineffective. So here we are. I am best man to Rick Maughan, my best friend, a truly superb chap, and someone I am very proud to call my best friend. Of course, despite my esteemed position as best friend, becoming best man was no assumed appointment. I had to go through an audition process which challenged me, as you would expect. In fact, a number of the other contenders are in this very room. I met Rick and Meg in Wimborne, where we had lunch and a wander. It was lovely. I then was lured to Wimborne Minster Church to look upon its chained library in the spire. You remember, guys, right? Something I was looking forward to seeing for myself, only to find the church was actually holding a wedding fair. No chained library for me. Instead, we walked as a trio to all the various stalls, looking upon bouquets, fascinators, photographers, cakes, a room full of sickeningly happily engaged people ready to drop thousands on confetti and linens, and me. I realized this might be a test. I showed interest. I was engaging. I even asked a question or two. I thought I nailed it. It wasn't without its difficulties. There is no doubt walking around at such an event as a trio does inevitably lead to questions. At one point, Rick and I were the assumed groom and groom, which did take some time to unravel. And I did take a certain amount of enjoyment from watching Rick being asked repeatedly if I was best man and watching him flounder and wriggle trying to answer as he stuttered that he hadn't yet asked anybody. He was playing hard to get. With this unusual event over, I felt relieved. And I was proud to be asked, well, nearly 2 months later, sort of in and amongst other conversation, rather too casually, to be honest, to be Rick's best man. And I accepted, again, probably too casually, really. I think I was expecting something more like a proposal. But... And of course, commiserations to those 8 who also attended the audition process. I would like to say victory is sweet. But Rick has delighted ensuring that best man duties have been onerous, irksome, vexing, and full of ambiguity. Well played, Rick, well played. Now, we may be best friends, but it's fair to say we lead very, very different lives. Whilst New York and the small military town of Warminster, where I live, may be very similar, I have 3 children, met my lovely wife when I was 15, and have aged badly. Rick, on the other hand, lives in New York, has a social life, and he pays others to cut his hair. Now, we FaceTime every weekend where I can lament our different paths and he can gloat on how good his beard growth is that week. And there's fierce competition. Not between us, but over the timing of the call. I like to call Rick on a Sunday, but regrettably, so too does Maggie, his mother. Hi, Maggie. So if there's an atmosphere in the room, I'm sorry, but I have to stand my ground. I need some flexibility. Maybe my son has climbed on the shed again. Or my daughters need help with their homework. So I need to get my wife who can help. So my calls can be sporadic and inconsistently timed. And Rick's mum should, in my opinion, take second place. And I'm afraid it's an ongoing feud that, well, actually, I'm not really sure Maggie's even aware of. But... yeah. And it's worth noting that Rick didn't always have it so good being a city high flyer. Quite the opposite. He has struggled his whole life with a burdening affliction, which has plagued him socially, emotionally, even environmentally. You see, Rick is left-handed. Now, please, don't look at him differently. He's still Rick, but he is definitely left-handed. And Rick is a danger to himself. When using scissors, he finds it impossible to stay in the lines when colouring in. And he doesn't have the dexterity to properly operate a zip. Nominated to undertake such duties, my little sister has been cutting up anything Rick requires and doing his colouring in from him since primary school. And it's a wonder he is allowed to live in another country. But they did let him move countries, and it's led on to something great. I had once again beaten Maggie to the prime Sunday slot and was chatting with Rick on the phone about the economy, views on academic journals, etc. But this particular week was different. He mentions a girl. And when I say mentions, he doesn't stop talking about this girl. We didn't get to discuss current affairs at all. Most distressing. And spoiler alert, it ends pretty well. But he's panicking. They have been on 2 dates, and he has to come back to the UK for 4 weeks. And he really likes this girl. The girl he's been searching for, in a romantic, not creepy way. And she seems to like him, despite the fact that he's left-handed. So he comes back to the UK, and things continue to develop. I like to think under my tutelage. But he really didn't need to worry, because from that point on, Rick and Megan have flourished into such a fantastic duo. The first time we met Megan, you can immediately see why Rick is here today. And I quickly realized that Meg is Rick's best friend too. And you may be surprised to hear that after some internal reflection, I have fully embraced that fact. So please, can we all raise a toast to Megan, who looks absolutely radiant? So as joint best friend and best man, I'm just so happy you have found each other. So well suited and great to be around. And from now on, you, Megan, can do all of his cutting in and colouring in. Hannah, you're released from duties. So let's raise our glasses again to Megan and Rick. Top, James. Oh, thank you.